Hey guys, so today you are going to take notes on your own about the CRQ formula. Whoop. The constructed response question. Very important, right? Okay, so first of all, we have our topic sentence. As you guys already know, it's going to restate the vocabulary from the question. The actual words from the question need to be in your answer, okay? So if your question is asking you about different points of view, then I should definitely see the words point of view inside of your topic sentence somewhere. Alright, you're also going to declare your answer. This is where you say, this is what I think, this is the answer to your question. The proof and all of that will come later. Okay, so you have declared your answer to your reader. Now it's time to introduce your first piece of evidence. As you know, we can't take a quote from the story and just throw it into our answer willy-nilly. It needs to flow. We need a transition. So, your second step is to introduce your first piece of evidence. We'll get to an example of that in just a minute. Please pause the video so that you can take your notes whenever you need to do so, whenever the video moves too fast. Okay, so now it's time to use a quotation from your text to back up your claim that you have already stated. Now, you want to be careful and make sure that you choose a piece of supporting evidence that actually supports your claim. For instance, if you have a question about why the sky is blue, you do not want to pick a quotation that has nothing to do with why the sky is blue, correct? Alright, so your third step is to put your quotation number 1 into your answer. You want to cite this MLA style. And what does MLA style mean? Using the parentheses at the end of your answer with your period behind your parentheses. Okay? If you stated your author's name inside of your answer, you don't need to put it inside of your parentheses. Okay? But if you have not stated it, you do need to put it. So, for instance, if you were talking about a quote from me, and you did not state my name in your sentence already, then it would say Worlds, and then you would state the page that you found that quotation on, Worlds 1. Please note that a comma does not go in between the name and the page number. This is a huge mistake that's made by students everywhere. It is against the MLA Bible. Don't do it. Now it is time for our step number 4, which is to analyze your first piece of evidence that you have included in your answer. Think about, out of all of the pieces of text you could have chosen to support your claim, what made that one so strong? Why did you choose that one? Okay? Relate your piece of evidence back to your original claim inside of your topic sentence and tell how it correlates. Okay, guys, so if your question has asked you for 2 pieces of evidence to support yourself, then you're going to want to make sure that you repeat steps 2, 3, and 4 all over again. Only instead of it being introduce quote number 1, it would be introduce quote number 2. And instead of it being quote number 1, of course, it would be a new piece of evidence. A new quote, right? And you'll provide analysis for quote number 2. If your question is only asking you or does not declare how many pieces of evidence that you need, you may only follow 2, 3, and 4. If it directly states it needs 2 or that it needs multiple or it says support with, several pieces of evidence, you're going to want to make sure that you repeat these steps and do a step 5, 6, and 7. So please add 5, 6, and 7 to your notes. Okay, guys, almost done. So now it's time to wrap everything up and provide your conclusion. It's very similar to the way that a conclusion paragraph would work in a 5-paragraph essay. That you're to restate your main topics, and that you're supposed to wrap it all together with your nice little bow. Okay? So, your last step is your conclusion. You want to connect your analysis back to your topic sentence. This is absolutely necessary, and I know that you've been connecting your analysis back each and every time. However, you're doing it again because you want to make sure that your reader, aka your grader, does not forget the point that you're trying to make and the point that you're trying to get across to them. Don't let your reader get lost in your answer. Don't lose focus in your answer. A way to keep yourself from losing focus is to constantly be connecting your analysis, your examples, back up to your topic sentence. But we're going to do it one last time here. You're going to wrap up your answer, and you're done. Okay, guys, so now it's time to take the CRQ formula and put it into practice. In order to answer a CRQ question, though, you have to have already read an article. So, you're going to read the article about Syria that's on your desk. And I want you to read it to yourself, independently and silently. Now, while you do this, read number 1, which implies what? That we're going to read multiple times. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so while you're doing this, read number 1, I want you to highlight unclear words. Very important. I told you day 1, if you don't understand the words that are inside of a sentence, you're not going to get the paragraph. And if you don't understand the paragraph, you're not going to get the paper. If you don't get the paper, are you going to be able to answer the questions? No. So, highlight unclear words. And I want you to think, of course, I want you to think about what is this author saying? What is this author's argument? Okay? It is a blog. So keep in mind, he does state an opinion. That's his job as someone who's writing a blog. Okay? Read it. Pause me.